pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Thank you. And in case of emergency, please use the door, the emergency exit here. And also do not use the elevator, but use the stairway behind the elevator. Thank you. Okay, so first on our discussions for the workshop is the IMA with Westchester County for Mutual Aid and Rapid Response Plan. This is something we do every year. Do you have any further information? It's a typical agreement that we have, so. So that we will renew. And then the next is the Harriet Tubman Underground Railroad Scenic Byway. And this is the 9A corridor in Westchester County. And many, or I think all of the communities along the way are signing on to this. And I don't know if anybody has seen anything about that. Marcus, do you have any other information on that?
No, just the information provided that shows the map of what the path would normally go, and to identify the history of the Underground Railroad, if the board was to, adopt a resolution in support of that pathway.
Yeah, I don't see a problem with that.
Mhm.
Okay.
All the way down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we will address that on the September 2nd meeting. And the next is a discussion on complete streets. I think we narrowed down what streets we were looking to apply for.
Yes, the only update is I sent the board an email. I finally heard back from the county if they were interested in for the grant writer. So we talked about Westchester Avenue. We also talked about Kings Ferry Road, which is Tate and Bannon. And the village was interested as well. We got that missing little sidewalk on Route 9A. Since it was 9A, I wasn't sure if the state would, the county would agree to that. I heard back from the county that since they see that's an important connection for the school, they feel that's an important aspect that if the village wants to apply for that as well, we could apply for it as well. They're unlimited in regards to what we can do. Also, we had a meeting with the town. We gone in Bannon Avenue and the split between the two. They're going to have a public hearing as well to support, so we go jointly on that intersection. So we're going to get supervisor support
Good.
on that intersection, and whatever that cost is, we'll split it. And like I said at the last meeting, we can't use our own engineer. We have to use the county engineer.
Mhm.
So
Right.
whatever we agree to, it has to be engineered by the county. Well, the engineer's chosen by the county,
Right.
and then we can move forward with those. So the only issue for the public hearing is, do you want to do the 3 areas, or when you limit it to 2 or 1, and then we can have that discussion at a public hearing. And all the county wants to know that we did have a public hearing, get any input from the public as well, and then we can finish our application, which is due by September 19th.
Okay, yeah, that's a question I was going to have when that was due again.
And
Just for next
is
week.
that the one area,
We gotta publish that.
Yeah, we put it on the website already. It's already out there. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
the one area with Bannon and Tate Avenue, is that application going to be a joint application with the town?
Well, it's gonna be a joint application with the town. We're going to the Bannon Avenue intersection, but that's the split area.
Yeah.
Yes, and then whatever the cost is gonna be after engineering, that will split 50-50 between the village and the town.
So if we elect all these, it'll really be like 2.5 applications
Correct.
that the village would have submitted.
Correct, absolutely correct, yes.
It might give it more strength with the town chiding in for the Tate Avenue, Bannon Avenue one. The other thing to give it a little more strength too is I know the superintendent of schools is aware of this, so maybe we can get a letter from them, from
Oh,
the
good.
town, for the
Yep.
board, and as a letter of support.
Oh, that's a great idea.
That might help with the grant.
Be great if we can get all through,
Oh, yeah,
all of
yeah.
it done.
that would be a huge win. Well, we'll see. We don't know unless we try, right?
That's it. Throw your hat in the ring.
Okay. My goodness. Okay, so I have a few questions. Update on the cell tower. Have you gotten any communication from them?
Waiting for the the tower individual, he's working on his Verizon agreement still, based on the Village Board agreeing where the location was. He finished engineering that, get it over to Verizon. Verizon now has to do their site work and get back to us. So they're
Okay.
working on it, and then
The
as soon as they
motion.
do, they can apply to the planning board for the application.
All right, good, because I'm just hearing more and more from people that the service was never great. It's just gotten worse. All right, good. That's in gear, as they say. Update on the proposed project by Lens Cove. Have you heard anything from the
Nope.
developer? Okay.
Nope.
I see the work has started on Church Street.
Yes, today.
And I know there was a concern of if it was going to get done before school. So I don't know if you want to touch base with
With George,
George.
yeah, George will be on the 2nd as well.
Okay, good,
And he's
good.
in contact with Gary Bell, telling him what's going
Oh,
on as
good.
well.
Okay,
Yeah.
good, good, good.
And
good.
with the school, so they know what's going on.
All
yes.
right, perfect, perfect. Yeah, because we were hoping to start earlier in August.
Yeah, I
and be
thought it-
done and out of there before
I
the
thought it was
school
started,
started.
I thought it was started weeks ago as well, so.
Oh, boy.
Yep.
Well, it's hard to coordinate everything sometimes. Just a few things here. 9/11 Remembrance Ceremony, and I will also mention it again next Tuesday at the meeting, is Thursday, September 11th at 4 PM at Croton Landing. In case of inclement weather, it's the Harmon Firehouse. Buchanan Day is Saturday, September 13th. The 5K race starts at 10:30. And then Buchanan Day will start right after that. Yep,
I'm
it's
sorry, what's
September.
it,
We
what's
always
the date
have
on
it
that, Mayor?
September. I'm sorry, September 13th. It's the Buchanan race people had set the date for September 13th.
Okay.
So,
So Buchanan Day is the 13th?
it's right after the race. Let's see. Oh, a shout out to Mike Reiki. He has a CPR training class, CPR Stop the Bleed, for September 28th, a Saturday, 11 to 3 at the Montrose Firehouse. It's a fee of $5. And I think these trainings, we did this several years ago. These are very important people. We all should know CPR. We should also all know all different kinds of first aid, because you never know. There's an emergency, you never know when you need it. So it's always good to know it or be up to date on that. I saw that they were doing that, and I was planning on doing it. So for someone that can't make the Saturday, September 28th, on October 9th, there'll also be a training at the CVAC, the Cortland Volunteer Ambulance Corps. So they will be covering CPR, first aid, AED, and Narcan. So those two trainings, please try to make it. It's important for everyone to know how to do these things. I know we've all been busy, but I think it's important to relook at what we were working on with Dave, with the waterfront, with the whole tech property and the whole waterfront situation. We were looking at rezoning it and looking at the future development of that. Also with that, we were planning on going to Tarrytown and a few different places. I will reschedule that with the mayor of Tarrytown and also Sleepy Hollow so that we can see what other communities have done, and anyone that's interested, we can take a tour of that so we can get some ideas just to plan for the future. Let's see. The Lens Cove Ball Field. I had a quick discussion last time, and I know George Palmer was here, Bob Wheeler was here, and there was a discussion about sinking of the field. There's certain areas that are sinking. And George, our engineer, recommended to do some borings. So Holtec is willing to do those borings. So I'm just wondering if that's okay with the board, if they can go in to see what we have over there and if anything is feasible to use that property.
I think my only question, I'm not as
Mhm.
familiar with the borings, though. Will they be doing enough to satisfy? Because I think if you do, 5 or 6, I would imagine you may be able to find ground that's solid, but if you did, 10 or 20, you may not.
All right, so we'll have to ask.
I don't know what
George.
that, yeah, we could have that discussion
Yeah.
with George.
And Bob would be an asset too, to show us where the sinking was so that they could really
What concerns.
look in that area of concern. All right, I will get back to them on that.
No, I think they're gonna have to take a large sample of
Yeah.
different areas of that field in order to get a real true evaluation of what's there, because you gotta remember what was there once before, right? So.
Mhm. It was a village garbage dump, right,
And it
Dan?
wasn't small.
No. All right, well, at least we'll see what's over there with those borings. I had a resident approach me. There's a sign that comes in on Tate Avenue, off of Kings Ferry. They were asking if we could put a new sign there or we can fix it, or it's just looking a little shabby.
A village sign?
Yeah, welcome to Buchanan.
That's small.
Yeah, it's on, yeah, it's a
Yeah,
real
On
small
the right-hand
one.
side, you're coming.
Yeah.
Right, as
Yeah,
you're
that's it.
coming
know
from
which one it
Kings
is.
Ferry.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the right-hand side.
Rich's house.
Yeah, it's real
Yeah,
close.
just,
there.
yeah, just
Yeah.
past his, I think.
Yeah, we
Yep,
can
Is that an old metal sign?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can replace that.
So if we could, yeah.
Yep.
Look at that.
It's green and white, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly right.
It's an old timer. And the only other thing is, I'm gonna have a recreation committee meeting in September. What I'd like to discuss with them is the potential, upgrade to the playground or some upgrades to the playground, behind the highway department. And that's all I have for right now. Who should we start with? Anthony?
I don't have a lot. I just, I'm in the dark kind of on this whole Lens Cove thing. I think the rest of the
Okay.
board is too. I don't know where the investment in doing this park is coming from. Like, we haven't heard anything about it. I haven't heard anything from Holtec. I think you're the only one that has heard anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really clear why that is. I know that, I don't know. I just wish that we all knew what was going on there instead of us giving them the okay to go do some boring. I mean, it is their property, but they're gonna have to put in for permits for that. And, I just like to have a little more information on where it's coming from.
Okay. Well, I am the liaison to Holtec, and at the meeting that you were not here, I explained what Holtec was willing to do. We have been working on refurbishing or doing something with the field over there. And Holtec was very well aware of our interest in redoing the field. And right now, they're going to be doing some surveys. They're looking to survey their property to see what pieces of property that they can release. And during those discussions, they understood that part of the old baseball field was their property. So this has been a discussion for quite a while now about possibly redoing the baseball field again. So they made the offer to redo the baseball field. And I did at that meeting have several different things they were willing to do. And off the top of my head, it was a backstop. It was benches for both teams. It was fencing. It was actually redoing the whole field over again and setting it up for like a little league field. So I thought that was extremely generous offer, but I did mention it at one of the meetings. And we have been talking about that field, restoring it.
No, I know. I am a big, I want the field to restart. It should have never been dismantled. But I just want to know why we're in the dark about it. That's all. I don't know really. I guess we have to redefine liaison. Maybe we should have the board be involved a little bit more with talks to Holtec. I mean, it is a board decision.
I understand that. And when Holtec approached me, I did come to the board with what they had told us that they would do. So it was their offer to redo the field. And if anybody going forward would like to be involved with that, absolutely would be wonderful.
I think we should all be involved with that.
That's fine. Then we will do that at a public meeting so that we can have 5 people.
I think it's an interest of the village, and I think
Mhm.
it's the interest of the entire board, and it's something good for the community. And I think that the darkness that we're all feeling now is not how this board should work. So,
Anthony, there's not darkness
oh,
here.
please, Teresa, there's always
I
darkness.
bought it, yeah,
Please, there's
from,
always
from
darkness.
the other side, but
The
I
other
brought
side of
this in
what?
front of the board when I got the information and I shared it with the board.
From the
I-
other side of what?
From Holtec. When Holtec told me what they would like to do, I brought it to the board. That's
So
exactly what
who
I
are you
did.
communicating with at Holtec that we are not communicating with?
I'm the liaison.
So define liaison where it
So
leaves the
when
rest of the board
something,
out.
when there's a conversation, just like with anyone else, when there's a conversation, that information comes back to the whole board. The whole board will make a decision.
So
That's how it
when
is.
Randy comes to me and says to me, I need something, he goes to Marcus, she talks to
Mm-hmm.
all us, and there's emails that go out about all of it, and we all know what's going on. I
That's
am
an
the
important-
liaison of the
Mhm.
DPW, but I have yet to keep anything from anybody. So I'm just wondering where all this comes from. We don't know anything about it. I know I don't. And I know I wasn't at the meeting, but my colleagues brought me up to speed on what was going on. But prior to that, there was a meeting with you of some sort with whoever it is that you're talking to at Holtec that was not shared with the rest of us.
I did share it once I got the information.
Okay.
That's.
You're talking
I'm
about
not-
doing
You know,
bore
I've always
samples and-
been accused here of not
we
bringing
go.
things to the board. Anthony, you brought it up, so I'm going to
There
address
we
it.
go. You and
I've
your
always been
accusations.
accused of not bringing things to the board,
Oh,
not
poor
working
Teresa.
with the board. So when
Poor
Holtec
Teresa.
approached, can I
Yeah.
finish, please?
Absolutely more bullshit. I can't wait to hear it.
Excuse me?
You heard
Who are
me.
you talking to?
I'm
like that?
talking to you.
That's very disrespectful.
You're
I have not been disrespectful
You
to you.
always are.
I am trying
disrespectful.
to explain to you what happened, what the progression is. And I am insulted that you're alluding to something that is not happening. So I'm trying to correct your statement. That's all I'm doing, Anthony. So moving along, so we will find out how many borings are needed, bring it back to the board and let the board make that decision. I think it's a wonderful thing for the children in the community. And I think it's a wonderful thing for the community. I remember years ago with the adult baseball teams, you had many village residents that would go and watch those games and they enjoyed watching them. So going forward, we will still continue our conversation on this and see if we can get this resolved.
All right, well, I'm not done yet.
Okay.
So the administration that the collapse of the Lens Field was you were involved with. Why did we collapse that field? What was the reasoning for the town of Cortland pulling out when they were a steady renter of the field? Was there a reason behind it? How we lost them as a client?
Yeah, there is absolutely a reason. The years ago, there were many adult teams. They dwindled down to where there was nothing. There's only a few teams left now.
That's not true.
And those teams, they felt they had enough baseball fields there, so they didn't rent our field anymore.
That is absolutely not true.
So what is the truth
The
then?
truth is that there's many teams. I don't know why they left, but the truth is not that teams dwindled down. There's plenty of teams. There's always been. I just want to know if there was another answer.
Adult teams? Because my understanding, the adult teams had dwindled down, not the softball, not anything else. The adult teams had dwindled down. And those were the people that were using that field that was set up for adult softball or baseball or hardball, whatever they were playing at the town. It was the town was using the field.
Well, my understanding is that they left. I don't know why they left, but it's not because of the attendance of or the amount of teams. I just want to know why they left and why we walked away from this and now we're going back to it.
Well, we're not going back to the adult teams. We're going back to a more of a little league use. for the
Okay, Mike,
football field.
exactly. And whose idea was it to do a Little League lease if you did not speak to us about it?
Anthony, we had this discussion a while back. We had this discussion when you were also interested in putting a lacrosse field over there. So this board has discussed whether it's
Right.
baseball or lacrosse. My understanding is the town has done several lacrosse fields recently. So the need for lacrosse fields now are probably minimal. I believe out at Sprout Brook, they put in several lacrosse fields. So if you're not going to have adult baseball, so I guess the only alternative would be for the younger groups, the little leagues or the travel teams.
Okay,
We'll continue the discussion, but thank you.
no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Anyway, so moving on to the other village stuff, Marcus, so you haven't heard anything from the Blakely Avenue, like Teresa asked about Blakely Avenue or, Broadway, the project. No, nothing has been turned in.
That's correct. When I double check with them, they're trying to get all the studies together as requested from the board. They
Mhm.
want to get a total package, and when they have a total package, they'll put an application in.
And just so we know, so the public knows, they're still interested in the Blakely Avenue.
Yes, they, as long as the village board is willing to, sell them the property since it's owned by the village. That's correct.
Okay, and all right, I just wanted to know where we're at, because I haven't heard anything.
Yep.
And I don't know if they're still interested in doing the project or not.
Yes,
You
as
know,
far as I know from last week, they're trying to get the study together.
All right, well, I'm interested to see when this public hearing is scheduled.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, that's all.
All right, Awilda, what do you have for us?
So I spoke to the chief in reference to the resident who wanted the children at play sign. He put a speed monitor on the block, and by next week I should have more data.
Okay, good.
That's it.
All right. Steve, what do you have for us this evening?
Yeah, the Village's summer camp just recently ended. I just wanted to take a moment to thank Jacqueline Pasquale and some of her staff members, including Alan Jackson. I know it was very important to making that run successfully, so I thank them both and their entire team. The other thing I know we have a couple committees. The recreation, I know Dan has brought up the Centennial Committee as well. I don't know where they are as far as members, but I would like to make a suggestion that we almost have it as a workshop so that everyone can attend. Every community member and every board member can attend and collaborate on both of these and any other committees that we may have in the future.
I think that's
I
a good
think-
suggestion.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And I think, regarding to the Centennial Committee, I think it's integral that the Recreation Committee be a big part of that. I
Okay.
would like to see that.
All right. Yeah, they're very creative. It's a good group.
And then, Marcus, do we have any update on the circle on the wall? I know there was some,
Yes, we
Studies.
we put the new irrigation system, they put the topsoil for the plants back in, they have to put the plaques back in, John Gibbons, Murphy and Randy all put, if you go back if you go there now, they actually put the plaques back in.
Mhm.
They actually improved the area of the flagpole. They actually enclosed it much prettier as well. So I think at this point, they've done everything they can. We got in the wall and I think it's looking better, especially around the flagpole. I think it looks nice too.
Okay.
They did a nice job and they were out there in that heat,
Yeah.
that scorching heat.
so there's no concern regarding drainage or
No,
anything at this time, everything.
No,
seems
drainage
to be
is there,
okay.
irrigation is there, so I
Okay.
think we're in better shape now, yes.
All right.
Go ahead.
Another suggestion I have going forward, I know it was discussed a couple years back regarding both the planning and zoning boards and doing away with the recording. But I feel like, and I know that the planning board had a meeting recently, had to do with the getting a property into compliance. And I just feel like nobody really has an avenue to see what is discussed at those meetings. So I'd like the board to reconsider some type of recording so that the public can view and understand what's going on
Mhm.
at the planning and-
That would
and
be
zoning
good,
level.
because there's a lot of things coming up and I think people are interested in what's going on. Yes.
What's the fee like for that, Marcus?
What's the fee for the meetings?
450.
450
Per
Yeah.
meeting?
per meeting.
Okay.
And both the planning and zoning, I mean, I don't think the zoning's met for several months.
Correct.
And
It's only
the
when they-
planning,
Only when they meet.
yeah,
Okay.
so it's not 12
Very
months.
quick. The zoning is quick, planning is longer.
Mhm.
It's still
It
450.
doesn't matter how many.
No, it doesn't matter.
Oh, all right, so,
Yes, it's per session,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And just last thing I have, school opens next week, so just be careful while we're out
Yeah.
driving. And that's all.
Summer's over. Dan, what do you have for us tonight?
Just a couple things.
Sure.
In relation to the property on Blakely, is that still in the hands of a Realtor? I mean, I know they're showing an interest, but is there still a for sale sign on it? I don't see it.
No,
it's-
it was with the Realtor. I can double check if you want to put a sign up there or something, we could do that as well.
Well,
Yeah.
I think we should. I mean,
Okay.
Making sure that it's listed with the Realtor and having it in the MLS system would be
Mhm.
important.
You never know, I might get another offer, right?
yeah. And I've brought this up numerous times, but where are we with the employee handbook? I just think it's integral that we get this thing reviewed, signed off on, and
Well, it was up to us to read it. I know we got copies of it, so I think it was up to us to tell
See if there's any
Marcus
comments.
when we were ready, yeah.
but I thought we were gonna put a drop dead date on like when we're gonna make a decision on this thing to
Yeah, I didn't want to put a drop on the board, or whatever
That's
the
on
board
us,
feels.
yeah.
Yeah, whenever the
But-
board wants, you let me know when you're done with it, and I can get it to the union.
I've read it. If you want comments via email, or do you
Yes.
want comments when we meet?
No, by email.
All right, so I just had a few. I'll send mine out to you.
Okay, perfect.
So whenever the board wants to meet and vote on it,
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
I just think it's important to have something in play in the event that something happens from a HR standpoint.
So should
That's-
we set a date, the next meeting? Do you want?
So do you want to
that?
do workshop, the September workshop, and then vote on it at the October meeting?
That's fine with me.
Yeah, that works.
So we'll have that discussion. And also, just for information, NICOM just put out something with some samples of other communities and of what they have for their handbooks. So it might be interesting just to quickly review that.
Unfortunately, I won't be able to attend the 9/11 memorial. I'm away on business those 2 days, the 9/11 and 9/12. But I would encourage anybody that's never been to it to attend it.
Mhm.
Just the setting of where they have it, the memorial back there along the river. It's just it's a day of remembrance. It's a good event, and I would encourage everybody to attend that can. We mentioned the Centennial Committee. Just if you're interested, just send Cindy an email. She'll add you to the list. But the more people we can get involved, the better. The other thing I had too was, when is the last time the village has actually revisited having a master plan?
A couple of years ago, 2, 3.
I think we're way overdue.
Yeah, we are. We are.
And I bet you there's something that you have to be in compliance with, and I think it's something that's got to be seriously looked at, and we need to do something about it. That's my opinion.
So who gets it started? You?
Last time we had, who do we have, Marilyn?
We had Marilyn.
Well, I
She
think
was
you would
doing a
start
good
with
job.
David.
Our
Yeah,
planner
and
started.
then-
that.
It should be with David, and I think it's something that needs to get addressed,
Were you here then? I'll
Yeah,
look it, I'll look.
yeah, it was
I'll-
especially before any other projects, are put in front of everybody or,
Yeah.
well, I think we should get a proposal.
Okay.
I think the last proposal, if I'm not mistaken, was like $75,000. It was,
Yeah,
they're
it's
not cheap
cheap.
to do.
Oh, wow.
But there are grants that are out there that,
And it's
can be a-
overdue.
yes, it is.
Mm.
It is. It definitely
Oh,
is.
that's-
Yes.
And I think that, that pretty much covers it for me.
Dan, thank you.
Okay.
Any comments from the floor?
Yeah, the reason we went ahead with not taking Maryland was because it was too much money. We didn't have the money to go for a master plan. So a group of us did meet. It was a fiasco because we had the founding fathers, Henry Herlicky, and I'm not criticizing him, but they didn't want to do certain things and change certain things. So if you get a fresh new group coming in, maybe that would be an idea. But Maryland, I thought it was 35,000 at the time we did this. And this goes back quite a while.
It's a
I want to say it goes back to when Al was in office, and if that's the case, I mean, we are way
No,
overdue.
It was, no, we did start it at one point with Maryland. And I
Starting and
remembers
doing
that.
it though are two totally different things.
Correct, Dan, absolutely correct, but the money seemed to be an obstacle at the time, and now we're faced with, we have to do it, and that means the board is also going to be very involved in that. We will have people like the planning
Remember
board,
that?
zoning board members and everybody. So perhaps there might be another meeting a month, you know, where we could all just focus on the master plan.
Okay.
Were there questionnaires done when they did the last master plan? I believe there were.
No,
We just
Not when
relied
I
on
was
public
on it.
hearings to get the information from
no, there were no public hearings. We met, there was a group of us.
Just a
that met,
committee.
There's a committee.
And it was just a committee. We were going over the master plan, trying to figure out how to change it, how to update it. It's not an easy task.
I
No,
know,
it-
I
mean,
know,
That's
but
all I can
It's
say.
at
know,
least a
Yeah. I mean,
24-month
because
process.
I think we're-
Master plan before that had my property as a park, access for a park. So, you know, and Don Zern called me and said, you better come to one of these master plan meetings because you're scheduled to be a park access down at the lake. And that's actually, and my question to them was, this is environmentally sensitive land, which nobody seems to care about, but it is. So, you know, that was one thing. But anyway, that's beside the point. Steve,
Yes.
our minutes now at the planning and the
Mhm.
zoning are verbatim.
Yes.
So you can go online and read the 73 pages, the
Oh, I know.
48 pages.
Oh, no, I know, I
I mean-
get it. I don't think the public would want to do that, so if we can just.
Well, I
have a
don't even
video-
want to do that. I mean, it's, you
If
know,
we can have a video, and I know it is on Zoom, there may be a way that we just share the Zoom to the public. There has to be a
that
way.
I
that
think
the
would be a
public-
better idea rather than paying the 450, because if you're paying 450 and we may have a 5-minute meeting this Thursday, that doesn't make any sense to me. That's not cost efficient, cost effective or anything else.
Yeah,
So-
but there's a lot of things that get missed by the public. I know that there was a planning board meeting a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody on the board is familiar with what was discussed or what the property was even, the property owner was there for, so. I
Well,
figured
there
it'd
is
be
an
helpful.
agenda and you can go on the agenda
Oh, yeah.
and
And the
that
only,
goes along with the minutes. I
Mhm.
mean, it's just that doing this by this verbatim makes it very lengthy.
Mhm.
And we all tried to speak into the microphones this time instead of having indiscriminate or nondescript or whatever word they decided to use 500 times. So we did try to do, you know, a little bit better. I'm just saying 450 for some of those meetings is
Mhm.
just not worth it.
yeah, I'm sure
You
there's
know.
some other solution. I'm sure Marcus
Yeah.
will look into it for us and
Yeah.
provide an alternative.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you
Yeah.
in regards to the public. But I think they can go on Zoom anyway
During the meeting.
Only during the
During-
meeting.
during the meeting,
Right. Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yep.
Anthony, Wilda, I'm gonna leave you alone because I didn't even hear what you said.
Oh, should have asked.
So, but I'm gonna go to Anthony. You've gone to travel games, I presume? Okay, I have too. One of the things I'd like to recommend is that we have some decent bathrooms.
Mm.
That's been an issue. Going to certain parks, they are really upscale. Now, that may be because they have money. Some of them are a little ratty, leave a lot to be desired. But some of them are very upscale. And, but the bathrooms seem to be a real issue. So I just want to make that a comment for especially little leaguers.
Yeah,
you
we
know.
had, I know Dan responded to, we had an issue with our, behind our highway garage with the bathrooms not being opened. But that's been resolved.
I
Yes.
mean, I don't know about a portistan or, you know, I
Yeah.
mean, they have them at some of these fields. Some of them have rec facilities that give you bathrooms, but some of them are find a tree. That's
Mm.
about it.
Mm.
Doesn't
Doesn't
work
always
for
work for
women,
all
but
of
it
us.
works for
Yeah.
men, you know, so, thank you.
Thank you.
Eileen,
Thanks.
So what I said was, there's a resident that asked for a sign that says children at play,
Oh, okay.
because she says there are cars running up and down the street speeding. The chief has put a monitor to see how many cars are speeding and to check their speed. And I said that when I get that data, I'll bring it back next week.
And where is that, Walden?
You know, I forgot the name of the street. Do you remember?
It's Seward.
Seward.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
there's no, there's only one stop sign.
It's a long
Yeah,
stretch.
Long
but she said that there are a lot of children playing in the street and she's concerned.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thanks.
Speaking of bathrooms, did we ever get the porta potty over at Lens Cove? I don't remember seeing that this year. Because the last couple of years we've been, did we?
I got the bills.
We just got.
Gee,
It's, it's over, it's over there, but
I
We're gonna have to drive
I
by
didn't see
now
it.
and
I
see if
didn't
it's
see it.
there.
I paid the bill.
Yeah.
So they must be there.
maybe that's a project that we can talk to Randy about and see if they can put a fresh coat of paint in there or improve the lighting or something for the bathrooms when they have travel teams coming in.
There's no, DPW,
Yeah,
the bathrooms are fine.
I haven't been in, that's why
Oh, the
I'm only
bathrooms are
asking.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only issue they had before was they had the key and they.
And we just gotta make sure there's toilet paper and,
Oh, yeah.
you know, soap and
Make sure the door's open.
paper towels and yeah, and that
Yeah.
they open it,
Yeah.
because that's where the
No, they-
communication
Like I
breakdown.
said, they have the key. It's like they didn't share the key with
Okay.
the new, with
Yeah.
the league.
Okay.
It was two different leagues. They didn't share the key.
I'm sure it's pretty clean. I mean, they would use it all through day camp, so.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, no, DPW, if they know there's a
Yeah.
game, they have everything stocked
Yeah.
up on Friday before the
Okay.
game.
Good.
The one other thing I forgot is, are you going to put lighting up? The town of Cortland has, we played out there, it has a lit field. So I don't know if you're thinking about that, if Tech would like to.
Where? At
At
Lens
Lens
Cove?
Cove.
The lighting's already there.
It hasn't worked in.
Yeah.
So it still doesn't work.
It's rotted out.
Then then they would have to replace it. I
It
would
was
imagine.
very expensive
Okay,
to
so
use it. It
I'm
was,
just
I forget
saying-
what was it? What kind of lighting was there, Bob? But it was very expensive. It was old. So yeah, it wasn't energy efficient.
Fluorescent.
Can't.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just a thought, because
Yeah.
sometimes I've been in a field where we went into 9 innings and we were in dusk.
Oh,
You couldn't see anything, and that was in Armonk. And then other times, even the town of Cortland has a great field. We played night games there. And we had lighting. So, I didn't know if you were contemplating it, considering it, juggling it, cost effectiveness. So I just wanted to mention that.
it hasn't been discussed yet. It just, we're very, very preliminary. Marcus? Yes, Bob. Okay.
Maybe shed some light on the history of the field. And Anthony asked a very good question about what happened with the use of the field. And many years ago, you know as well as I do, there were like 16, 20 teams in the A League alone. And primarily that's what was being played there. And over time, the town of Cortland was needing fields themselves. They started to build the fields in Sprout Brook Road, excuse me. And the A League was just getting smaller and smaller. When you were playing, it was probably like 6, if that. And a lot of them weren't even really A-type teams. And the village at one point in time decided to start charging for lights and for the upkeep of it a little bit. I've done that field for many years myself, so I kind of went through this whole process. And it reached a point in time when you can probably question someone in the town of Cortland about this. They made a financial decision. The use of the field they're getting there, the need wasn't there for the larger field, because Lens Cove's a pretty substantially longer field to hit a home run as opposed to Sprout Brook. So they made a decision, basically a financial decision, that there's not that many of the A players playing. And they just shifted them down there. They changed things over a little bit, eventually to wooden bats for some reasons that I won't get into. But that's really what I think happened there. You can probably find that answer out from someone from the town that made that decision. I believe they made it as a financial decision because of the use wasn't what it used to be. It became the field they used when they got a lot of rainouts, and they shift the teams down there from Sprout Brook. And they were very large. They still are probably 40 teams in that league, I believe, between, I don't know, what is it, Anthony, B and C now, or
It's A, B, and C.
whatever they call it?
Yeah.
So that's kind of what the history of it was, and then the field was just lying there. No one's using it. And we were keeping up on it and keeping up on it. And now we're like, we're keeping up on it for this long and no one's using it. And it was starting to deteriorate. On top of that, we weren't adding clay to it every year like we did. we weren't doing a lot of things to keep up because no one had any interest in using. So that helps you a little bit in understand what happened, but you can probably find an answer up from some of the town of Cortland.
Thanks, Bob.
Thank you, Bob. Marcus, so you're gonna get a quote for the master plan from Dave. So since we're also looking at the Indian Point property, that would all be part of one. And then, like I said, we'll see who's interested in being on the master plan committee, and we can have a meeting once a month. Anybody interested in any of the board members or planning board or zoning board that are interested in joining can join in. Okay, we good? All right, so if there's no more questions, there's no executive session?
Nope.
Okay.
Wait.
Oh, sorry, sure. Yeah, yeah. Oh. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I completely forgot. Oh, thank you. There is a request. I think we all got that for a resident to be married at the gazebo, next year, next October. She came in, I did speak to her and I told her, she says, I've never been married before and I don't know if I need 1 or 2 hours. And I said, well, you probably need about 15 minutes. You know, I've married people before. It's not, when you have a civil ceremony, it's very simple, quick ceremony. So she didn't understand that, you know, she wouldn't be there for so long. So that, thank you for reminding me, Will, that completely slipped my mind. So that, you know, I don't know if the board is okay with that. I mean, it is a public place. There is someone else, this October that's interested in getting married and has asked me to marry them. They would like to also use the gazebo. So I don't know if there's any,
I'm fine with it.
So-
Do they need
Yeah, I
think
insurance?
So 2 questions.
Sure.
One is, we have, for the pavilion, we do have a form that we can use again.
okay,
The question would be, do you want to charge a fee or waive a fee, number 1? And number 2, the insurance that we have
Yeah,
to provide
insurance,
insurance.
yes.
Those are only 2 things we need to find out from the board. So we can.
Is it
fill out the
not
same
just
form.
public property?
Well, excuse me?
Is it not just public property? Can they not just?
Yeah, it's up to the board. You know, yeah, if something happens, because it's an actual event taken on versus somebody just walking through it. So, I mean, if the board just wants to waive the insurance as well, it's whatever the board wants to do. So with the pavilion, if somebody wants to use the pavilion, as you know, they have to pay a
Mhm.
fee, they have to
Mhm.
leave a cleanup deposit in case they leave a mess, and they have to provide insurance. So it's whatever the board wishes to do.
but I think they're there having a party, you know,
Right.
at the pavilion, or they potentially have alcohol, and we need to know who's going to be there. So when they fill out the form, we know that they're going to be there, whether they're serving alcohol, and the party could be 3, 4 hours. And, you know, we've had situations, that's why we ask for deposits,
Yep.
where people have
Mhm. Mess.
completely
Yep.
left the mess
Yep.
behind for the highway department to
Yep.
clean up the next day.
Mhm.
So, you know, the pavilion, and then I see people walking on our front lawn by the gazebo, and, you know, I guess it's a de facto dog park.
Mhm.
But, you know, people have to walk their dogs. I get that. But, you know, so
Mm.
I don't know. That's, you know, up to the board what they want to do. You know, for a 10, 15-minute ceremony, I myself, you know, don't have a problem using that. People have used Lens Cove before to get married. So, you know, I think the pavilion and the gazebo are different, but I think we need to know who's using them. So they should fill out a form,
Of course.
at least, so we know who's using it.
I don't mind waiving the fee. For
Yeah,
me,
and
I
insurance.
don't mind.
And insurance.
No, I would say they should have insurance in case something happens.
Yeah,
That's
But
just
if they
me.
simply walked into the gazebo
Right.
But
and
they're
got
going to
married,
Be there.
it's public property. We'd be covered
Oh.
anyway.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
So why would they need insurance for that then?
It just is their experience. It's
I
just the board's
gotcha.
how their experience, that's all.
All
I mean,
right.
Dan would know this, that's more than anybody.
I
If you
mean,
don't-
to me,
yeah.
it's whether they're coming in here to get married by the justice of the peace or doing it out in the gazebo. I mean,
Right.
just, I don't see the need for it. I
So
really
then,
don't.
no.
And I don't see the need for a fee. I think it's great
So
that
we can put
people
it-
want to use it as
Yeah.
Mhm.
a place to, you know, say their vows. I think it's
I agree.
terrific.
Fine. Okay,
So if we don't need it, then we
right,
don't
so I
need
have
it.
filled out the form. And then it's put on the agenda and that's it.
Do you want to come up, Eileen?
Yep.
Oh, okay, no.
All right, cool.
They cannot have, they cannot have alcohol on our village property without permission.
Yeah, if that's the case, then yeah, you ask for the certificate of insurance. and-
Right.
Right, but this is just gonna be a ceremony from my understanding.
Right. Just a ceremony.
Just because they let.
And then they go on to the reception
Yeah.
after that. So they're
there's no
not,
Celebration by the
Yeah.
gazebo, just the
Says they're just
vows,
leaving.
exchange
yeah,
of
they're just
vows.
leaving. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
because
they're
that's what
just-
Eileen's asking, if they're going to have alcohol. Okay. And can that be stipulated on the application?
No, yeah, I
Okay.
think that's important. Thank
Mhm.
you. That is important.
Mhm.
Okay. I knew there was something else, so thank you.
Mhm.
All right, if there is nothing else, I'd like to make a motion to close the meeting. Can I have a second?
Second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you and have a great Buchanan Day.
You as well.
bye-bye.